Hello little cubs, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to Storytime with Mama Bear and more Aesop's Fables. In tonight's video, I have with me the wonderful and incredible Obsidian Whispers, also known as Kelp. The minute I heard his voice, I knew I had to have him in this big collaboration project, and it is such an honor that he has jumped on board. I'm going to link his channel in the description below so you can all check out his amazing content. And if you like this video, please be sure to give it a like and share with your family and friends. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more story time with Mama Bear. I hope you enjoy and sweet dreams. The Monkey and the Camel. At a great celebration in honor of King Lion, the monkey was asked to dance for the company. His dancing was very clever indeed, and the animals were all highly pleased with his grace and lightness. The praise that was showered on the monkey made the camel envious. He was very sure that he could dance quite as well as the monkey, if not better, so he pushed his way into the crowd that was gathered around the monkey, and rising on his hind legs, began to dance. But the big hulking camel made himself very ridiculous as he kicked out his knotty legs and twisted his long clumsy neck. Besides, the animals found it hard to keep their toes from under his heavy hooves. At last, when one of his huge feet came within an inch of King Lion's nose, the animals were so disgusted that they set upon the camel in a rage and drove him out into the desert. Shortly afterward, refreshments, consisting mostly of camel's hump and ribs, were served to the company. Do not try to ape your betters.
The Cat and the Fox. As the cat and the fox were talking politics together, Reynard said, "Let things turn out ever so bad, he did not care, for he had 1,000 tricks for them yet, before they should hurt him. But pray," says he, "Miss Puss, suppose there should be an invasion, what course do you deign to take?" "Nay," says the cat, "I have but one shift for it, and if that won't do, I'm undone." "I'm sorry for you," replies Reynard, "with all my heart, and would gladly help you, but indeed, neighbor, as times go, it is not good to trust. We must even be everyone for himself, as the saying is." These words were scarcely out of his mouth when they were alarmed with a pack of hounds that came upon them in a full cry. The cat, by the help of her single shift, ran up a tree, and sat securely among the top branches, from whence she beheld Reynard, who had not been able to get out of sight, overtaken with his 1,000 tricks, and torn in as many pieces by the dogs which had surrounded him. A little common sense is often of more value than much cunning.
The Mother and the Wolf. Early one morning, a hungry wolf was prowling around a cottage at the edge of a village when he heard a child crying in the house. Then he heard the mother's voice say, "Hush, child, hush! Stop your crying, or I will give you to the wolf." Surprised but delighted at the prospect of so delicious a meal, the wolf settled down under an open window, expecting every moment to have the child handed out to him. But though the little one continued to fret, the wolf waited all day in vain. Then, toward nightfall, he heard the mother's voice again as she sat down near the window to sing and rock her baby to sleep. "There, child, there. The wolf shall not get you. No, no. Daddy is watching, and Daddy will kill him if he should come near." Just then, The father came within sight of the home, and the wolf was barely able to save himself from the dogs by a clever bit of running. Do not believe everything you hear.
The lion's share. The lion went once a-hunting, along with the fox, the jackal, and the wolf. They hunted and they hunted, till at last they surprised a stag, and soon took its life. Then came the question how the spoil should be divided. "Quarter me this stag," roared the lion. So the other animals skinned it and cut it into 4 parts. Then the lion took his stand in front of the carcass and pronounced judgment. "The first quarter is for me in my capacity as king of beasts, and second is mine as arbiter. Another share comes to me for my part in the chase. And as for the 4th quarter, well, as for that, I should like to see which of you will dare to lay a paw upon it." Grumbled the fox as he walked away with his tail between his legs, but he spoke in a low growl. "You may share the labors of the great, but you will not share the spoil."
The Owl and the Grasshopper. The owl always takes her sleep during the day. Then, after sundown, when the rosy light fades from the sky and the shadows rise slowly through the wood, out she comes, ruffling and blinking from the old hollow tree. Now her weird "woo-woo, woo-woo" echoes through the quiet wood, and she begins her hunt for the bugs and beetles, frogs and mice she likes so well to eat. Now there was a certain old owl who had become very cross and hard to please as she grew older, especially if anything disturbed her daily slumbers. One warm summer afternoon, as she dozed away in her den in the old oak tree, a grasshopper nearby began a joyous but very raspy song. Out popped the old owl's head from the opening in the tree that served her both for door and for window. "Get away from here, sir," she said to the grasshopper. "Have you no manners? You should at least respect my age and leave me to sleep in quiet." But the grasshopper answered saucily that he had as much right to this place in the sun as the owl had to her place in the old oak. Then he struck up a louder and more rasping tune. The wise old owl knew quite well that it would do no good to argue with the grasshopper, nor with anybody else for that matter. Besides, her eyes were not sharp enough by day to permit her to punish the grasshopper as he deserved. So she laid aside all hard words and spoke very kindly to him. "Well, sir," said she, "if I must stay awake, I'm going to settle right down to enjoy your singing. Now that I think of it, I have a wonderful wine here, sent me from Olympus, of which I am told Apollo drinks before he sings to the high gods. Please come up and taste this delicious drink with me. I know it will make you sing like Apollo himself." The foolish grasshopper was taken in by the owl's flattering words. Up he jumped to the owl's den, but as soon as he was near enough so the old owl could see him clearly, she pounced upon him and ate him up. Flattery is not a proof of true admiration. Do not let flattery throw you off your guard against an enemy.
The Wolf and the Lion. A wolf, having stolen a lamb from a fold, was carrying him off to his lair. A lion met him in the path, and seizing the lamb, took it from him. The wolf, standing at a safe distance, exclaimed, "You have unrighteously taken from me that which was mine." The lion jeeringly replied, "It was righteously yours, eh? Was it the gift of a friend, or did you get it by purchase? If you did not get it in one way or the other, how then did you come by it? One thief is no better than another."